BOOZHOO! And welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Natasha, and this morning, is it still morning? Yeah, it's like 11:30. We're coming at you live from BEMIDJIGAMAAG, Lake with the crossing waters. BEMIDJIGAMAAG. I think I even have the word here. BEMIDJIGAMAAG, Lake with the crossing waters. Oh, what a beautiful day! No. As you can see, Wally Bear, BOOZHOO Niji. As you can see, it's another dreary, cold winter day in Bemidji, but I thought I better put out my tobacco, say a little prayer before we get started. That's kind of the way of the Anishinaabe. Gotta put out your tobacco, put out your asema. Get Chimanadu. Otapanan niwi asema. Great Spirit, please accept my tobacco. Mikwech ka iji kakira keku ka iji chikea nun gum. Thank you for everything you do that you do today. Taka we dukawishan. Ando minaway iji gigajeba. Please help me to speak well this morning. Mikwechka iji bamadazian. Thank you for my life. Dash mikwechka bisandawi egg. And thank you for listening. Mikwetchuandam gitchimanadu. I'm grateful, Great Spirit. No. Amen. What? Yeah, I was just praying in Ojibwe. What, you've never seen somebody pray in public before? Yeah, just move along. I said move along. Tourists. Yeah, this is what Minnesota nice looks like. Yeah. I'll knock you out, lady. No, I'm just kidding. There's nobody there. Could you imagine? No. So, what's going on here? Rect is here. BOOZHOO, Rect. Nice to see ya. A dude showed up. BOOZHOO from Ashkebaga Indigenous Dispensary. No, and dispensary. What do you guys dispense? Is that like a little ganja? A little love medicine? A little the wake and bake? No. Welcome to the show, Jim Dunn, BOOZHOO Niji. I'm your Nij Ikwe. Nij Ikwe. If you have a female friend who's your Niji, you call her your Nij Ikwe. John Redcorn, BOOZHOO, Mino Giga Jabe, Gakira Awiya, Anin, BOOZHOO Crew. Good morning, everybody. What's up, BOOZHOO Crew? MJ's here, Zachary Keenan. Oh, wow. A lot of people here for the lunchtime show. No. So, yeah, today we're going to talk about Bemidji. How the town got its name. I think I'm going to let NANABOOZHOO tell the story of Chief Bemidji and Shana Wishkung. He Who Rattles was the actual name of the guy that people refer to now as Chief Bemidji. And it's a funny story, but I'll let NANABOOZHOO tell you about that. Shana Wishkung, he who rattles. And I think it was rattles as in he was shivering all the time. It was so cold and midgy that he would just rattle. He was, oh, midgy. Gamag. No, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. So happy to see you. I guess I better go in. We'll start the show. Here's my communicator. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Bonjour. Hi, sweetie. Oh, bonjour, Natasha. Where are you? Oh, I'm outside in front of Paul and Babe. The blue ox and the giant? Yeah. The blue ox and the Nephilim. Yeah. You ready to come in? Yeah, can you pick me up? All right, hang on. I got to scan for your coordinates. All right. And locking in on your coordinates. That's just one to teleport. Yep, just me. Don't teleport Paul Bunyan and Babe. No. Okay. And hang on, one to teleport. Make it so, number one. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Natasha. Ta-da! Hey, baby doll. Hi, how are you? I'm doing great. How was it outside? Kind of cold and dreary. Really? Yeah. But I'm not going to complain. It could be worse. What is it? Oh, it's warming up. It's like 18 degrees now. Yeah. But, oh, but ain't that America for you and me? Ain't that Native America something to see, baby? Ain't that the rockstar cartoonist Michael Lyons? Ikadon Bonjour, Michael Lyons. Say hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. And over here, the one and only Nanaboozhoo. Ikadon Bonjour, Nanaboozhoo. Okay, Boozhoo Kakinawiya. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Okay, everything's A-okay. You ready to put a, I don't know, some sweet guitar behind it? All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show.
Wow. Bonjour, and welcome back to the show. And let's call that song Wada Heya Heda Ho. Who just wrote that?
Wada heya, heda ho. Wada heya. I think Joan Frame was requesting that song yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, how you guys doing? Bonjour, Anine. Anine, Ayan. Sweetie, I told them that you would be telling them the story of, what you call it? Chief Bemidji.
Chief BEMIDJIGAMAAG?
Yeah, that's our Ojibwe phrase of the day. BEMIDJIGAMAAG. Lake with the crossing waters. Was he the chief of the lake?
Yeah. He was like Aquaman.
Bemidji. Why do they call it the lake with the crossing waters?
I think it has something to do with the river, the Mississippi River going into it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We should have named our town Paul Bunyan and Babe.
Yeah, that's what we're famous for.
Yeah, nobody knows about Chief Bemidji, but everybody knows Paul Bunyan and Babe.
Why don't you tell them the story of Paul Bunyan and Babe?
You guys want to hear a story of Paul Bunyan and Babe? I don't know. I'm just a little girl. I don't remember.
Yeah, you do. Actually, no, I know who was here when Paul Bunyan and Babe came in.
What year was it?
It was like in the 30s or something, I think. But you want to take a call on line 2?
Line 2? Well, sure. I'll take a call. Caller, welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. You're on the air.
Bonjour, Natasha. Benjamin Button, baby. Nindija Nakas. Hello, Natasha. Benjamin Button, baby, is what I am called.
Well, hi, Benjamin Button, baby. Sweetie, it's that baby who's got the Benjamin Button disease.
Hey, Benjamin Button, baby, how you doing? I'm doing very well, NANABOOZHOO. For you see, although I appear to be a baby, I am in fact very old. I was around back in the days of the grandfathers. For you see, even though I appear to be a baby, I have what is called Benjamin Button's disease. I am in fact quite old indeed.
Yeah, we get it. So, were you around when they brought in Paul Bunyan and Babe?
It is true. I was already old when Paul Bunyan and Babe came to BEMIDJIGAMAAG. For you see, Paul Bunyan was a giant, and Babe was also a giant. Babe was a giant blue ox.
No, I mean the statues.
Oh, well, yes, I was there too. That was in 1934, I believe. A man from Park Rapids, nobody can remember his name, constructed the cement statues for a winter festival in BEMIDJIGAMAAG, or as you would say in English, the Lake of the Crossing Waters.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That was our Ojibwe word today. BEMIDJIGAMAAG, lake with crossing waters.
Indeed. For you see, BEMIDJIGAMAAG is a lake that has waters crossing it from the river. The river I refer to as Misabe-Zibi.
The Mississippi?
Gawin. In our language, we called it the Giant River. Misabe-Zibi. A giant river.
Oh, okay. But you were around when the real Paul Bunyan was here?
I do not speak with a forked tongue. For you see, although I appear to be a stereotypical baby Indian, I am in fact an elder from back in the days of the grandfathers. And I recall the time when giants walked the earth. Indeed, Paul Bunyan was one of these giants, or as we say in Ojibwe, Misabe, a giant.
I've always wondered about that. Sabe is Bigfoot, right?
Sabe is our word for the Sasquatch, the wild man, or as you would refer to him, Bigfoot. But Misabe means giant, and that is what I called Paul Bunyan. For when he came to our town, everyone was filled with fear, but he meant no harm. And yet, the Greek goddess Medusa charmed him with a spell. One look at her and both Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox were turned to stone.
That's what happened?
Indeed, it is true. I do not speak with forked tongue like the white man and his broken promises. For although I appear to be but a baby, I can assure you I am indeed quite old. I am Benjamin Button Baby from the old days.
Okay. Wow, that's Did you know that, honey?
I did not know that. I thought some guy in Park Rapids made Paul Bunyan and Babe.
No, apparently it was Medusa changed the real Paul Bunyan and Babe into a stone sculpture with that weird power of hers.
Huh. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, huh? Well, there you go, kids. The real story of Paul Bunyan and Babe. Thank you so much for calling in, Benjamin Button Baby.
I appreciate what you are trying to do, young lady. Teaching the Ojibwe language to the youth. It warms me. It warms my heart. In fact, it makes my heart soar like the eagle.
Okay. Listen, I gotta go. But I'll see you again, Benjamin Button Baby. Gigawaba min, minawa.
Gigawa bamin, minawa, Natasha, Dush, Nanaboozhoo. Yeah, you too, Benjamin Button Baby. Gigawa min, minawa. Oh.
That dude's hardcore, man.
Yeah, he is.
Gigawaba man, minawa, Benjamin. You know, because he looks like a baby, but he's not.
No.
He's got that weird disease from that one movie. But I didn't know that about Paul Bunyan and Babe.
You know, I suspected he was real.
Yeah, me too. I figured the legends were based on something. Probably real giants. You know, it's a leftover relic. Truth turned into a story to hide the true history. Not the nonsense they teach you in school. Don't believe your history teachers, kids. It's a bunch of lies, a bunch of propaganda. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. No. Whatever that meant. I never understood that. But crazy times, huh? You been watching the news?
Not really.
Not me either. It's weird. We finally have an alien invasion and nobody pays attention. There's an alien invasion, apparently. Ohio is under attack and it's turned into Mad Max, the Thunderdome.
Yep.
What else is going on?
It's fishing season, ice fishing season.
Ice fishing season in northern Minnesota. The number one most boring way to harvest said fish. I mean, I get me in a boat. Fine. I'll go fishing if I can be in a boat floating around in the sunshine. I'm not going to go sit in an old ice house, drink beer, stare into a hole, the dark, cold. No, thank you.
Not much of an ice fisherman?
No, not. Anyway, MJ! Bonjour, MJ. Welcome back to the show. And Sequoia Hummingbird. Well, Sequoia, sweetie, Sequoia's here.
Okay, hey, Sequoia, bonjour.
How you doing? Did I hear you something about being on a ferry? Bonjour from the ferry boat in Lake Superior, cruising through the ice. Oh, you have such a cool life. She rides a ferry through Lake Superior. What a way to live.
Yeah.
Come away, human child, to the water. Button Baby speaks with forked tongue. Medusa lived and died way before Button Baby. Yeah, I don't know if I believe Benjamin Button Baby.
You think you made up the story about Medusa?
Yeah, what was Medusa doing in Minnesota? No, I think that's a real statue made by somebody in Park Rapids, and I think it was the 30s. I've seen footage of those guys parading when the original Babe, the Blue Ox statue.
Yeah.
It had wheels, and they pulled it through town, and they'd rigged it somehow so smoke would come out of Babe the Blue Ox's nostrils.
Really?
Yeah, it was the coolest thing. I mean, it looked kind of demonic in a weird way.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had kind of a sense of humor about it the grandfathers knew how to party. They'd have these big festivals, winter festivals, and people all over the state would come up and ice fish and skate and party and camp out, and stay in cabins and stuff. They used to really encourage tourism in the winter in Bemidji in like the 40s and 50s and stuff. I think they had a big festival even. But then the TV was invented and everybody stayed home. And that kind of partying went away.
Yeah.
But in those early days, yeah, they had street parades. And they paraded Paul Bunyan and Babe before they parked them by the lake there,
Yeah.
By BEMIDJIGAMAAG. The lake with the crossing waters. And what else can I say? Be nice, Benny Button. Wally Bear. Benny Button. That's what we should just call him, Benny Button. Zach Keenan's here, sweetie.
Okay, bonjour, Zach.
What's going on, Zach? Pull up a chair. Have some muckety mushkiki wabu. Have a little coffee. Join us for a little... It's now noon. Nawakwe. Join us for our Nawakwe show. I just heard the bell. It's lunch break. Turn off the printing press.
Yeah.
Come to the break room. You got 30 minutes to eat a sandwich, have a cup of coffee. Smoke them if you got them. No. And then back to work. That's the way we used to live. When you're a wage slave.
Yeah.
You guys are wage slaves? Some man's watching you. Did you get to work on time? We start at 8 o'clock sharp. If you get here 30 seconds early, fine. If you get here 30 seconds late, I'm going to have to give you a look. Don't make it a habit. Veiled threat in that look.
Yeah.
And then, whoa, wouldn't you know it? It's 4:30 already, and I have to leave exactly at 4:30 and 10 seconds. Because that's the climate they create in hourly jobs. I would not do a second more labor than I was required. You know, I'd like drop my bag and I wouldn't even pick it up. I'd be like, no, I'm not working anymore. I'll pick that up tomorrow. Yeah. I do not miss working in print shops. Medusa lives, some guys know. Teseros, don't be dirty on our children's show. This is like Sesame Street. But I get you. Northwood Bait and Tackle Company. BEMIDJIGAMAAG. Says Zachary Keenan. Friendships here, sweetie. Okay, BOOZHOO, friendships. What's going on? Friendship 1. And it's noon goom. It's noon goom today. So what do you think, sweetie? You want to get up here and talk about Chief Bemidji, the legend of Chief Bemidji? Sure. Should we play a song for the nice people? Yeah, what do we got? Michael and Emily have a song. Is that right? Yeah, it's mostly Emily. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, NANABOOZHOO. But first, Michael Lyons and Emily. And what's the name of the song? Sense of Reality.
As I sat in the street alone, standing in the shadows, wondering why I'm not at home. I sit and contemplate my thoughts and feelings about you, wondering what it is I do that makes you so confused. Then the light in the street turned out on me, and the moon in the sky
Okay, hey, BOOZHOO. Anin. NANABOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. NANABOOZHOO is my name. But you probably knew that, huh? Oh, wow, it's nice out here. It's pretty. Sense of reality. Sometimes I think it's good just to get away from the computer. I mean, like after our live stream is done, it's really good not to spend your life being informed. It'll make you think the world's ending. It'll make you think you're going crazy. I've seen enough to believe there's a campaign. It doesn't even matter what the truth is. There's an effort to get us to fight amongst ourselves. Oh, you think the earth is flat? You believe man went to the moon? Oh, you don't trust vaccinations? You do? It's not even about what is the truth. It's about breaking up friendships, families, people. Oh, you voted for Trump? You voted for Hillary? That's the real conspiracy behind the conspiracy. Why are they trying to get us to... Are they, who's trying to divide and conquer? That's what I want to know. Sequoia says, Northern Lights are dancing bright this weekend. Is that right? Nimi... Or Jibeag Nimi Iriwag. Spirits that are dancing. That's what we call the Northern Lights, dancing spirits. Nobody knows what they are. Some people are part of this religion called science. They think science, that scientists have an answer. Oh, those green lights, well, yes, we know, we understand them. We could try to explain it to you, but you're too dumb to understand. Do you understand math? Well, then, you can't begin to understand the things we know, like what the Northern Lights are. In the old days, Ojibwes called them dancing, spirits that are dancing. We thought they were actually spirits. And then you go, well, what's a spirit? Why are they dancing? What are they dancing to? Was that music I hear? The simple stuff they can't even answer. Like, do people hear music when they see the Northern Lights? I mean, most of the time you're indoors. But if you're outside, underneath strong Northern Lights, like late at night on a lake, away from town and noise and stuff, will you hear a song? That's a rumor I heard, but I could never confirm it for myself. And I don't go to Neil deGrasse Tyson for knowledge. I'm not an idiot. Tesoros de Tomas. Thank you, Niji. Miigwech, Niji. Thank you, brother. Give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Share us with your friends. Let them know what it's like in Bemidji. If this is the end of the world, we'll want our alien overlords to know what it was like before World War III. What the Anishinaabe talked about and how they spent their lunch hours together. Did they tell stories of giants in the old days? Did they learn the Ojibwe phrase of the day? That's right, I was supposed to talk about Chief Bemidji. So, if you grew up in northern Minnesota in the 80s and 90s, you're probably taught Minnesota history. When I was a kid, I had a textbook called Minnesota History. And it was mostly non-Indian history. They didn't talk much about Indians in Minnesota history. Except the big ones like Chief Bemidji. And the story of Chief Bemidji was that back in the days of the grandfathers, well, the true story is, back in the days of the grandfathers, Shena Wishkong, he who rattles, was he out like on a boat or something. He was on a river just outside of BEMIDJIGAMAAG, and he met some Chimokamanwug, however you say that. He met some white people, and Shena Wishkong only spoke Ojibwe, and white people only spoke English, I'm guessing, or French probably. They're probably French fur traders, who knows. But the story goes, the white guys, doesn't matter which type. History doesn't record just which country the white guys were from, but the white guys came up to an Indian guy, and they were all like, "How you doing, brother? What's your name?" But Shena Wishkong, he doesn't speak English, and he was wondering, he was thinking they asked, "What's this lake called?" So Shena Wishkong goes, "Oh, BEMIDJIGAMAAG." And the white guys were like, hey fellas, did you hear that? This guy's a chief. I think his name is Chief Bemidji. I can't believe it, a real chief. That's the story, you got. I didn't make this up. That's the oral tradition story of Chief Bemidji. Now what's weird, the mystery of Chief Bemidji to me. Sure, okay, so maybe there was a weird exchange. History also records that Shena Wishkong, the man who rattles, was the first customer of the first lumber mill on Lake Bemidji. He went in there to buy some lumber because he was going to put a flooring in his wigwam. Shena Wishkong was still living back, in a wigwam. This is how long ago this was. The 1800s or something. And maybe 19, who knows. I think I got a picture of Shena Wishkong here. Yeah. So, the mystery, the weird thing is, history records that he was a revered leader of the Indian people, and that he was the first, customer, presumably the first Indian to have a wood floor. But then history also records that he was kicked out of here. That his original home was on the Lake BEMIDJIGAMAAG. And when the city moved in, they were like, it's time to majan, Indian, you gotta leave. They probably didn't say it in Ojibwe, but kicked him and whatever. Then you go to the cemetery a few blocks from this place, from our house. And there's a monument there, a tiny Washington monument, an obelisk or whatever. It's about 6 feet tall. And it's got an Indian head nickel, and it's got the name Chief Bemidji. No date, no birth date, no death date. People assume he was buried there. There's a newspaper article about the day he died, and how there was a parade in the streets of BEMIDJIGAMAAG, or Bemidji. and dignitaries from all the way down the cities, and governors and important people showed up to pay respects to this wonderful, beloved Indian guy, Chief Bemidji. Not his name. Shenawishkong. The man who rattles. And then for 100 years, people chose to, remember only that one dumb story. Oh yeah, Chief Bemidji. Well, he's the first Indian guy to meet white people. They call this town Chief Bemidji, or Bemidji for short. We got the Chief Theater. It's the Chief Bemidji Theater. Right? We got a lot of Chief Bemidji stuff around here, but then I heard from his ancestors, or from his descendants, the Headbirds, that he's buried in Mission in Cass Lake. Which would make sense if he was living out there. Why would they bring his body back into the town that kicked him out? And this has been a confusing and mysterious story of none other than Shenawishkung, he who rattles, also known as Chief Bemidji. Hiya, hiya, hi, how are ya? Hi, how are ya? Hi, how are ya, Chief Bemidji? But that's why history is so stupid. There's all these holes in the official story. What? Why would they keep calling him a name that was based on a misunderstanding? That doesn't sound very respectful. When was this? 1987? Yeah, Chief Bemidji lived in the 80s. I went to high school with him. Nah. I think it was in the 1887s. Or the 1910s. I don't know. No, it had to be early 1800s or late. No, even before then. When did Bemidji start? See, there's holes in that story. The oldest buildings in Bemidji are like 1900, is what they say. All the beautiful masonry, a full college, the Beltrami County courthouse with a dome, a statue of a Roman goddess in gold. This is Bemidji. Bemidji. Like Walmart's our best employer. But in the 1900s, they said in the span of about 10 years, they built dozens of beautiful brick buildings, covered the whole town in mud, up to the first floor at least, because all those windows are covered. The street goes right into the. But the story is before that it was just Indian country. Old Shenawishkung was probably just racing or something. A bunch of pioneers came canoeing up. A bunch of French fur traders, or who knows. Probably Paul Bunyan. Maybe it was Chief Paul Bunyan all along. Anyway, maybe I'll say a prayer. Sema. Tobacco. One of the Ojibwe mushkiki medicines. There's also sage, Bushkode Jibik, and cedar Gijik. But this is a Sema. What's the other one? Cedar, sage, tobacco, pot, coffee. The only thing I'm learning right now is I need to do my own research on Chief Bemidji. Yeah, no kidding. We all do. Or just at least realize that the official story, the officials aren't so impressive. The authorities, whether it's historical authorities, scientific authorities, religious authorities, these guys are always so full of crap in the end. They don't know. Nobody knows anything. Least of all me, Gitchimanado. But let me just say, Gitchimanado, Utapana Niwi Asema. Great Spirit, accept my tobacco. Gawi Duka Wishin, Ando Minawe Nungum. Help me to speak well today. I want to be funny and informative. I want to make them laugh, and I want to make them cry, and I want to make them think. No. Oh, sweetgrass. Yeah, thank you so much. Sweetgrass is fourth medicine. Everything's in fours with Ojibwes. Sweetgrass, asema, sage, and cedar. Miigwech, Gitchimanado, Ga OJIBWE. Thank you, Great Spirit, for this life. Really do appreciate it. Ni Miigwechi Wendam. I'm grateful. Miigwech Ga Bizendawieg. Thank you for listening. Abenge. Amen. P.S. This Christmas, I'd like an Xbox and a... I don't want an Xbox. Some people pray like they're sitting on Santa Claus's lap at Christmas. This Christmas, I want good health. Please give me good health. Please send money so we can pay our bills. Please deliver us from evil. Keep us out of trouble. Someone summon Chief Bemidji. Should we have a seance for Chief Bemidji? That'd be a good show. I'll pull out a Ouija board. Summon the spirit of Shayna Wishkung. See, that's the crazy thing about Ouija boards. And I would say also shaking tent ceremonies and voodoo and anything where people are trying to speak to the spirit world. Don't you guys believe in the spirit world? So let's say they do. So yeah, you're going to talk to a spirit. You're going to do this ceremony. They work. And you're going to hear a voice, possibly see something that we would call a ghost. Why are you doing this? Do you know what a spirit is? I don't. It's probably the ghost of a dead person. So now you and your little girlfriends in the 8th grade thought you'd be funny, and during the sleepover birthday party, you pulled out the Ouija board and you lit some candles, and you called on a spirit. And sure enough, the old farmer used to live there. You know, he shows up and, who wakes my death? Hey, Sequoia! Miigwech. Thank you for the super chat. 33. That's code. Code for the Illuminati. I'm a 33-degree Freemason, you know. But yeah, so they call up a spirit. You don't know if that's an evil spirit. Do you believe in evil spirits? If you're going to believe in spirits, you got to believe in evil spirits too. Spirits that are here from hell, who are minions of Satan, who are the scariest thing you can think of, who will possess you and make you puke up green pea split soup or whatever. Split pea soup, I think it's called. Don't play around with that. It's real. Now that doesn't mean you can't pray to your Creator. Pray to Jesus if you like. I hear that they listen. But don't try to talk to the ghost of Elvis Presley. He's not dead, you guys. His name is Jesse something. Or maybe he's dead by now, but he faked his death, assumed a new identity, grew a beard, and became a small basement pastor who sang beautifully. Or maybe not. Hey, by the way, miigwech, Gichimana, do you see that? That was answered prayer from Sequoia Hummingbird. I kind of joked about please send me money to pay our bills, but right there, you guys, see, that's how prayer works. I don't think the Creator will just teleport a bag of money when you pray, but He sends His little angels walking the earth. I don't know if His angels even know they're angels. Maybe some of you guys are just like in God's army. Secret angels walking the earth. Sending super chats. Do-gooders, you know. I've heard some pretty crazy stories about people picking up hitchhikers who will say something like, oh, I'm in the service. I just need a ride. And they think they're like helping some bum. And then the old bum will help him out somehow. And he gets out of the car. You look back and he just disappears. Wait a second. Where did the old bum go to? Why did he disappear? What did he mean by I'm in the service? He looked like a really beautiful homeless guy. Or was he in the service of the Lord? Are there angels walking around? Do we have guardian angels? How about that? A lot of grandmas believe in guardian angels. You know, my mom believed in guardian angels, but she used to yell out after me, "Hey, guardian angels drive the speed limit." Don't forget. Yeah. Trust the Lord, but wear a seatbelt. Praise unity for Dark Seed. Praise unity. Dark Seed. That's a Justice League reference. I love it. Red Z. What's up, Niji? Welcome back to the show. We're just talking about seances and shaking tent ceremonies and voodoos. Voodoo whatever. I don't know much about voodoo, but those guys are really into chicken blood and evil spirits. Ooh. Anytime you see a guy who looks like a clear zombie, it's like, oh, there's your evidence for, I guess, the demonic possession's real. Look at this YouTube video. It's always some guy who's like living in Louisiana. He just got done with some voodoo ceremony. He's got chicken blood running down his chin. He's all, ugh. I'm like, oh, nice religion you got there. Yikes. Don't you say that, Nanaboozhoo, that's racist. What, really? That's right. It's a slave. It's indigenous slave paganism or something. Voodoo. You make a voodoo doll. You can put a pin in a doll and somebody will feel pain. Ah, my kidney. I think my ex-wife just became a voodoo princess. Yeah. You better start believing in those guardian angels, Nanaboozhoo, or you'd be a wage slave. That's so true, Teseros. I started believing in prayer, actually, when I saw my prayer get answered for this show. Okay, this is going to sound like a shameless request for money. But it'll be 3 years next month when the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast went pro. We decided not to try to make money any other way but by NANABOOZHOO related programming. You're either going to live or die. We're going to burn the boats to take the island. We're going to go pro. And so I prayed. I got on my knees. I held my hands like a good little church boy. And I was like, Dear God, I know, I'm not suggesting I deserve this. I know there's nothing wrong with working for a living and honest labor. I do not feel like that's unfair. But you have to know how much I love doing the show. You have to know how much I love making music, being funny, being creative, Michael and his cartoons and stuff. If there's any way we can make a living just doing a podcast and not having to get up and go to a job and punch out during our lunch break and punch back in 30 minutes later. Please, if you're cool with that, please make it happen. Amen. Sincere prayer. Felt kind of stupid, felt kind of guilty, like, what are you, it's like praying for money. Please make me rich and famous, But then, I don't know, 2 hours later, not a voice in my head, but an inspiration, like an idea, clicked in my head. One word, okay, 2 words smushed together. PayPal. No, it was 3 words pushed together. GoFundMe. GoFundMe. I went, what is GoFundMe? I think I saw a video on Facebook. Somebody's had a GoFundMe page. And they were raising money to record an album or something. So I looked into it and they were like, yep, GoFundMe. If your house burns down or you want to record an album, want to film an independent film, GoFundMe. Ask your friends and relatives for money. GoFundMe. So I put up a GoFundMe site, turned on the camera and said, hey guys, we're going to do a live stream. Teach some Ojibwe to the kids. You could sure use some of your Junia. Click the links for GoFundMe. 2 days later, $2,000. I couldn't believe it. People were like, yeah, sure, man. Throwing money in a guitar case till it was piling up. Well, that was 3 years ago. Since that time, we've raised probably $6,000. Probably $2,000 a year. And people give super chats. Michael sells books every month on Amazon.com. It's all in the links. And people like Red Z and others sign up on Patreon. And if you sign up on Patreon, we'll send you this book. If we still have some left, Red Z, I might be sending you the old version, but I'll send you a book. Feelings. Not that though. Ojibwe words and phrases. Ojibwe words and phrases. For $10 a month on Patreon, you can receive Ojibwe words and phrases. For $9, actually probably $7 now, I don't know, it's probably cheaper now, you could buy it just from Amazon. You decide which makes more sense. But we do appreciate the support in the show. But anyway, so then, that was like answered prayer. And I went, okay. Guardian angels, red road stuff, is this my path? Because also when I got done praying and when I saw that money come in. And it wasn't just that money came in. Suddenly, like, I'd stumble across a video that would tell me how to do live streaming with a green screen or whatever. Everything happened very easily, and I felt like I was being inspired. And I could almost feel Gitchi Manadu saying, yeah, I've been waiting for you to ask. It's okay. Why didn't you ask me years ago? I was like, I didn't think it was okay. I don't know. No shame for asking. Better than doing it criminally. Exactly. I felt like he was saying, that's fine. Don't be ashamed of asking me to grant your prayer. Once in a while he does that, you guys. So what's your thing? What's the thing you're afraid to just pray for straight out? Is it meeting somebody? Do you want to get married? Get pregnant and have a baby? Live in a house? Have neighbors who also have kids? Are you looking to have that kind of 1970s young family experience, living in a safe neighborhood with your kids, playing cards, having cookouts, whatever, going on vacation, and you're afraid? You don't think it's okay to just pray, dear Jesus, please send me a man with some money, make him young enough and good looking enough that I'm gonna want to have babies with him. This is if you're a woman, I'm talking. If you're a guy, please protect me from gold-digging women who just want my seed. Or whatever it is, Everybody's got a reason to live. That's what Paul Stanley's saying about. Everybody's got a reason to live. But sometimes we're afraid to even hope that it's ever even possible. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Or maybe Natasha could. The other day she was talking about how to overcome depression and find your true path. But I've learned something about how to manifest your destiny. How about that? How to use the law of attraction and not feel like a new ager. Anyway, I better go back. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. BOOZHOO! Hi, sweetie. Hi, NanaBOOZHOO. You ready to come home? Yeah, can you pick me up? You got it. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. Okay, hang on. And here we are. Hey, baby doll, welcome back. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, will you remind me to talk about prayer and praying for stuff you want and not feeling ashamed? Yeah, sure. What? Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Lyons, a rock star cartoonist. Oh, and Michael, I pushed your books. Really? Yeah, I talked about answered prayer and how the book started selling and the show took off. And we became dozenaires. Hey, we became hundredaires. We went from dozenaires, millionaires. We were dozenaires, and now we're hundredaires. We have hundreds of dollars. But Dog and Maingan for $20 a month. If you sign up on Patreon, you get Michael's first children's picture book. But this is the book that I think should make you independently wealthy, and it hasn't yet. Really? Yeah. This book is a quick reference guide. It's not a dictionary. It's just, okay, what are the days of the week? Oh, today's Friday, huh? Nano Geisha good. Tomorrow is Saturday or floor washing day. Kazibigi, Saginagay, Geisha good.
And there's cute pictures of girls. Get out of here. Gizagain, I love you, baby doll. Or Gi Mikawadas, you're beautiful. Oh. And of course, these are the feelings. Feelings, nothing more than an amanja. Oh, trying to forget my feelings of Indian time. Indian time? Yeah, it's Indian time. We gotta go. Okay. Hey, everybody. Miigwech for the memories. And, miigwech ga bizan dawieg. Thank you for listening. Dash miigwech ganawabieg. And thank you for watching. Live stream channel from BEMIDJIGAMAAG, from the lake of the crossing waters. Well, not from the lake, we're actually from the city of Bemidji. We're not even a city, really. We're more of a town of Bemidji. Would you call Bemidji a city? Yeah, no, not really. Well, yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, but you're from LaPorte. You think Walker's a city. That's true. Anyway, we'll be back again tomorrow. Miigwech. I am Nanaboozhoo. This is Natasha. Miigwech. This is Michael Lyons. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minawa.